Hi guys, I'm Mama Bear Many. I am mom to 15 children and we are in the basement of the house that we are renting. So, gonna walk through the dark. Today, we're gonna talk about why I think it's important to have a large stocked pantry. There's so many reasons to have a well-stocked pantry, guys. Even if you don't live on a farm, even if you don't live on a homestead, it's really good to have a well-stocked pantry. The biggest component of this for me is it saves money. How does it save money? One, it keeps me out of the grocery store as often. So if I already have supplies here, then I usually have enough supplies that I can make do with what I have. I don't have to run out and say, oh, I forgot salt. Oh, I forgot this. I forgot that. Oh, I wanted to make biscuits with this, but I don't have the ingredients to make biscuits. If I always have a well-stocked supply, then I tell myself, no, you cannot go out for one or two items. You may go out for an abundance of items. So that is less often than if I didn't have those supplies. That is a huge blessing, and it saves tons of money because of that. Another way it saves money is I can buy things at their lowest cost. So that might mean that I'm buying something in bulk and I'm going to, say, Costco or Sam's Club or a big bulk store, or even like, I'm not doing Azure right now. I might possibly in a bit. But going to a Whole Foods store that you can buy like bulk 50-pound bags, then you don't need to, you're buying it in bulk, so you're getting it usually for less per ounce than if you bought it at a smaller amount. So that can save you a lot of money. Another way it could save you money is you can buy things on sale. Say you see that discounted item, well, you can buy it when it's on sale. Make sure you're checking out like your expirations and stuff. Everyone feels differently about best buy days and expiration stuff. Whatever your comfort zone is, that's your comfort zone. So you make sure that you do what works best for your family, but you can buy things at a discounted price. So say even something's on sale. For instance, recently with granola bars, there were some granola bars that I ended up buying a small batch at just Walmart. And then later on, I saw them at Costco, and they were almost double the amount of granola bars for the price of the amount that I paid for the smaller ones. So I bought as many as I could fit in my budget right then. The limit was 10, but my budget could fit 5. So in that way, I saved oodles of money. If you do that with each product and you don't wait until you're totally out of things, then you're able to look for those sales every time you're going shopping. So if something's on sale, then you can say, oh, I'm gonna buy a bunch of these because it's something I use on a regular basis and it's at a discounted price. Once you've been cooking a while, then you'll know what you can buy and what you can't buy. You'll also know what ingredients that you use on a regular basis and about how much you use of those items, or how much you're using of those items. I tend not to follow recipes that require specialty ingredients for my household, but I also have I have a couple gluten-free, I have a couple type 1 diabetics, and then I have a bunch of kids. So we have to take all of that into account. So yes, I have like alternative sugars, I have alternative flours, because I have those things. So it really just depends on the day. Yeah, it really just depends. And then looking at the bigger scope of things, what are cheaper items? So like rice and beans are always cheap. So throw a bunch of rice and beans in your pantry in case you're having a rough month and you need to eat some more rice and beans than normal. Other things, let me think. I'm looking at my pantry items that are down here now. So it can be a blessing in that way. I think So aside from saving money, it used to be very common practice for everyone to keep a well-stocked pantry. For so many reasons. If you talk to your ancestors, like great-grandparents and such, they kept a well-stocked pantry for so many reasons. One, to bless others. You know, if somebody comes over, to be able to throw more food on, that's wonderful. I think so many of our ancestors lived without, that they just thought that it was a good idea to, you know, keep whatever they could possible, because they know what it's like to have no food. And that's partially like my scenario, is I know what it's like to be hungry. So I would never want myself or my kids to be in that situation. So I'd rather keep a well-stocked pantry. Another thing is, I never would want to be in a scenario where I would feel like I needed to do something like unethical or unchristian to provide food for my family if things got tough. I know many people in many past war situations or just different scenarios that they had to do those things, and it must have been so very hard, so hard. And if you are one of those people and you had to do things like that, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not. I'm just here to say why I'm doing what I'm doing. We don't know. We live in a very uncertain world, guys. A very uncertain world. If you're a Christian, you know what the Bible says. At some point, it's not going to get better. Sometimes changes need to happen for things to get better. This isn't a political type thing. This is a everyday type conversation on why I have been keeping for over 20 years now. For over 20 years, I've been keeping a well-stocked pantry. There's such security in it. There's security. My husband, he was working at a company for 10 years, and one day they decided to outsource the whole company, the whole department of the company. And they did that. He had 2 weeks, and that was it. And our food storage, really, through that month, he actually ended up getting hired on by the new company for that thing within like 2 weeks. But I knew it was a security in myself, knowing that we'd be okay food-wise. Just like you keep, or if you're able to, you keep a little, like they call it a nest egg, right? You keep a little nest egg for a rainy day if things go wrong or whatever. Like, food is your nest egg to feed your family. So it just becomes part of your life. You learn to do food. So there's so many reasons to be well-stocked. What are your reasons to be well-stocked? Are you well-stocked? Are you trying to get more well-stocked? How do you get there? For me, I had some food that we could bring down, and then what I do is I just budget a little bit each. I try to make my meals and stuff for less, and then I started with things like rice and beans so that I could at least have something. If something happened, I had a bunch of rice and beans, and then I would have like some oatmeal, and then I would have just some of the basics, so that I could start having some sort of a stockpile. It doesn't have to be gourmet foods, guys. It does not have to be gourmet foods. It just needs to be foods that you eat that can get you by. So I started with basic rice, beans, oats. Next pay, go to Dollar Tree. Tell yourself, $25 a week, Dollar Tree, I'm gonna stock up. That's what I'm gonna do. You'll be surprised how fast little tidbits will add up. Also, if you start eating your leftovers, it will save. If you use like two meals a week, it's leftovers. You're gonna save yourself those 2 meals. That money can be used towards stock up cost. Drink water, that will help. Stop buying prepackaged foods, that will help. Use stretchy type meals like casseroles, potato dishes. I'm going to be sharing a bunch over the next few months on how to save money. because I think lots of people right now are in a pickle just with everything that's going on, the cost rising, and inflation, and if the tariff thing, I don't even know all this stuff, okay? It seems like everyone seems to be having a problem on all these mommy groups that I am part of, so I figured that I would address those issues. So that is about it. I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.